Okay, folks, so for this one, we're going to learn how to make an ornament but using rastering. So no painting at all. And let me show you what rastering is. So vectoring is when the laser will follow this line. So if you can see this, let me grow this a little bit bigger here. If this line, if it follows that line, that's called vectoring. But this is rastering. It's just going back and forth, back and forth. See, it's starting to burn that little spot. This is sped up really fast, obviously. And it's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, burning every spot it needs to burn. By the way, you have to do that if you're going to do really thick lines, like this big thick line right here and these thicker lines right here. A vector line is going to be very thin. Now this person goes over them with a vector, see that? To make them darker. Now if you do that hard enough, you can cut them out if you do that, depending on the settings. I will go over a new setting that does help make that vectoring burning. And that does really add a cool effect to it, I think, when it does burn it. So let's go over on how to do that. So first off, we would create the ornament in a normal way. So we go over here and we go to new, and we'll just call this raster ornament. And then put OK, make sure it's 32 by 18. Here's our workspace right here. And we're going to do a 3.8 by 3.8. Let's do 3.7, a little smaller today. 3.7 by 3.7. Oops, the ratio is locked, that's why it didn't change. Unlock that. 3.7, there we go. So now we got a perfect circle there. And let's go ahead and do a new circle. And this one's going to be 0.2 smaller. No, actually, this will be the background for now. This will be the ring. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Watch this. 3.5. Let's try that again. 3.5 by 3.5. There we go. And watch what I do. I'm going to copy this one. Copy. And paste it. There we go. You see this ring? We do need a ring. Actually, I shouldn't have done that just yet, I think. Let's see here. Oh, that's my channel. Here we go. So I'm trying to create this ring on the outside. So what we're going to have to do is I forgot to do this first, that little hook for the hole on top. So let's minimize that. And let's go ahead and work on that. So to do that, we're going to take the circle, I guess, and we'll do an ellipse of some sort. Like that. Let's move it here. Let's make sure it's exactly in the same X direction. So let me get it to the Y that I like first. I think I want it a little lower. Something like that. I think I want this a little bit bigger. There we go. And now let's click on one of the circles, and the X position is 12.377. So click on this and make sure it's 12.377. There we go. Now we know it's right in the middle right here. And let's go ahead and delete this. Just click this, click virtual segment delete. And let's click this, this, and that. There we go. And let's add our hole. And remember, a 1/4 inch hole is more than enough. You don't need much more than that. And 0.25. I'll just make a perfect circle. And let's see if I can, there. It says that's the center. I don't like that center. It said it's a center, but I'm going to put it right there. So I'm going to do what looks nice for me. And there we go. I think that's good. Now I'm going to copy this and paste it. Remember, it lands right on top, so move it off. And now we could delete this one. I'm actually not going to use that one. And one is the ring right here that we're going to, this dark ring, we can stain that. That's not rastered. That's just stained with like a can of dark stain. And the bottom one is just a piece of wood that's been burnt. And it's actually the whole entire flat thing. The other one's just a little ring. So knowing that, I can take this delete tool and there we go. That's the back. I just deleted the inside. That's the back. We're going to burn it. And this is the ring. We just need to cut this out. So this for sure is going to be red. Hairline and red. Let's go to 255. There we go. Perfect red. So this is going to get cut out. This one's going to get rastered. So what do we want it to say? What does this one say? It says the Johnson family. That's fine. Let's go with click this. And um, let me see if I can be somewhat creative. Oops. I gotta click text first. So click text, click somewhere, and then you can actually just type it in right here. Not there. Let me click here again. I messed up. I'm just gonna click the text, click there, and type in the. There we go. And that's a really ugly font. So let me zoom in here, and let's try this one. I don't really like that one, but I'm not gonna sit here and search for the perfect one. Actually, can we find something slightly better than that? Let's see. Uh, even that's better right here. Okay, so we'll do that. I'll do this, and we'll do a next text. And for this, just type a name, and then I'm gonna put Adelia. I like that font right now. And then let's go here. And now be careful not to go too far out, because remember, it's going to hit my ring. This ring is going to go on top. So if I were to go all the way to the edge, part of the name is going to get covered by that ring when it's on top. So you got to think about stuff like that while you're designing. Uh, and I had some students that know what they're doing to do this, and they realized they messed up. It was a little too close, and they didn't like it, so they just redid it. And sometimes mistakes are made. Now you could always go like this and just see what it's going to look like. That would help. And go, oh, that's totally enough time, and just push the back button to put it back. You know what I mean? Just undo what you just did and see if it fits. And then we're going to go to text and click here and type in family. And we're going to go to, maybe I like this. Actually, I think I like this font better. So I'll put this one in the middle. I don't think the family should be really big. I think it should be small. And then this should be not that big as well. So let's put that to the font. It's the same as that. Let's also make it the same height. How do you know? Click this and just make sure the ratio is locked. Let me show you what happens if it is not. If I go like 0.5, you see how it gets squished unproportionately. So let me undo that. You want to lock this, and notice the height is 0.582. So let's go 0.6. Oops, 0.6. So that's how high this is. So we can go here and make sure it's the same, 0.6. Although that does not look the same. Yeah, that doesn't look the same. So I'm just going to eyeball this one and make it about the same. One looks bolded for some reason. So I'm just going to you can put that in the middle like that, or offset it, whatever you think looks good. And from here, I think they put some like holly or something like that. So we can go here and we can say, you know, holly, and put images. And we could look for a vector, or look for a vector file and find something like they did. That looks like holly. I don't know what it was, but um, we can try this one for now, and then save image as. Actually, let's try SVG. See if we can find something. This looks okay. So we can do this and save image as, and it's gonna be a web file. Oh, because they're selling it for $1.31. Here, let's try this one right here. And I'm gonna go save image as, and this is a JPEG that will work. I'm gonna go to File, Import, Go here. Now, normally you would not want one like this. See all the black lines and stuff? That's really going to mess it up, right? But what we can do is we can see trait. We can do outline trace, line art. We can go to the colors. It's working, I think. We can go to the colors. Still analyzing. There we go. It looks like it deleted all the background, which is cool. We can delete other ones like this. Remember, if you delete it and it messes something up a lot, you can always undo what you did. This pink stuff, I think, is this stuff over here. I don't even know what that is, so I'm going to go like that, delete. And then red, I'm pretty sure that's that red. Let's click this, delete. There we go. This purple is probably over here. Delete. I don't know what that blue is. I'm going to delete that. This light green, delete. This light green, delete. And this thing, delete. That is pretty good. I kind of want to delete the white, but it seems like every time I do that, okay. Oh, see, every time I do that, it does that. So I'm going to undo that. There we go. I'm going to put OK. And let's take that. I noticed it kept some of the green for some reason. So let's go here and say ungroup all. And you see I can pull these things off right here. I can just get this. And I can get these little berries here. And I could try to clean these up. Let's highlight this. And remember, vectoring doesn't do colors, so don't even worry about that. Getting the right colors. We're going to look at the lines here. And boy, these are messed up. Remember, you can always fix these by going here and deleting these. And just cleaning up some stuff. That's what I'm going to do. Obviously, you would probably choose a better file than this. Control Z. And there we go. And I'm just going to do one nice one. So this one right here, I'm going to delete. Well, I can't delete that because I have a line there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 3-point curve and just connect this to this. And then I can go ahead and delete this. I'll probably just go ahead and fix all of this right here. So in other words, I'm going to connect this to this. And I'm going to connect this to this. And here's another broken piece. I'm going to connect this to this. This. So all these, I'm just going to fix all of these. And I think I got all of them. Let me check this side. Let's fix these. Drag, bend it a little bit. Drag, bend it. Drag and bend it to try to find the correct contour that goes along with your shape. And this one is really messed up. I'm going to drag all the way from over here and just kind of try to get rid of all of that in one swoop. Oops. Okay, so that didn't like that. So I'm going to go here and delete this and delete that. And let's just fix both of those. Make these a little bit longer. And see if that fixes that. Delete. There we go. And let's do the same thing here. Look at that. I think I just was making those lines a little too small. So when you're working on this, just make sure you do it right. All you have to do is take an extra second to just, delete what you did and try something else until it does work. Let's see if that works. There we go. See? This looks good. I don't need all that junk. And I can delete all this now. Oops. Oh, here we go again. So I'm going to delete these. I don't know which one it is, so I'm just going to delete both. And I'm showing you guys how to do this the right way. Just do that right here. And let's connect that from here. And delete. Oops, I accidentally added another line. There we go. And let's delete these. And we should be, oh, one last one. I think this will do it after we're done with this one. So let's click this arrow right here. That'll allow us to select this and push delete. You can click on that one, push delete. And let's zoom in a little bit and let's get this right. And then this one, let's make this a little bit bigger. And delete. See. I might have to just do this one all the way from the beginning. So I'll just delete that. I'll just delete that. And I'll delete that. And I'll just redraw one altogether. So I'm going to click here to here. And just go like that. I'm going to go from here, this node to this node. And just go like that. And there we go. So I just built it from scratch there. And now what you want to do is kind of group it. And also we're going to want to apply the join curves. This right here, if you cannot find that, once again, you go to Tool, Windows, Dockers, Join Curves. Make sure it's checked. If it's checked, it should be over here. And then you just click on it, and then highlight everything, and then click Apply. And that will make the curves all joined. Now we can get rid of all this. Honestly, this is a duplicate of that, just upside down. And then delete all that. All right. Now we just need to make sure that this is the correct size. I think I can put these closer now, so let me ungroup. Let me put these a little bit closer. There we go. And now I will group it again. Group. And let's see if we can fit it on here. Shrink it down a tad bit more. Remember, we're not going to see it. There's going to be a ring here, so we got to shrink this a little bit more. And then I can shrink this name a little bit. And then make sure this is in the center. And make sure it's down enough. By the way, I feel like it's tilted a little bit, so I'm going to adjust it negative maybe 5 degrees, so it looks a little bit more even. And then hopefully, I think it's that changed it to 355, so I'm gonna go 357. 356. There we go. And then try to put this in the center. And then I'm gonna go right click, copy, and then paste. And you can just leave the one up here and that's fine. If you want to put another one on the bottom, you can always just invert it using this button here, and that'll give you one for the bottom right here. And you can just move the family up or make the word family smaller. We can make this smaller. Put this more in the middle. And I think that's good. In all fairness, I'd probably spend a little bit more time on this, but I'm going to go ahead and group this together. Group. And I just want to double check that it looks good. Yes, nothing's getting covered. So let's go ahead and move that away. Now, if you want this, if I leave all this black, it will get rastered. By the way, I'll need this. I'll need this thing cut out right here. All this. So actually, let me pull this out. Let me highlight this. And I'm going to join curves on this too. There we go. So it's all one thing. And now it should be. That's not so, because that wasn't part of the curves. So I'm going to highlight it all and say group. There we go. That didn't want to center, so I'm going to use the arrows. All right. So all this black will get rastered. By the way, I meant for this to be red because we're going to have to color that. So let's go to properties, hairline, and red. There we go. So this is definitely going to get cut out and then burnt. And then this is going to get cut out. We'll stain it and we'll drop it on top, you know? Now, all this will get rastered, okay? And if you want to do that, that's totally cool and it will work, okay? Now, if you want this to be vectored, so like the printer, the laser is going to go shh and kind of cut these. These are thin lines, so you could probably get away with it. If that's the case, what you want to do is select all of them. So like, well, select one at a time, I guess, at this point. And you can go here to the line and make sure they're hairline. And then the color, make them pure blue, 255. That is also a vector color, but the person running the laser cutter will know, oh, blue, I'll set that to vector, but not full power, because full power will cut the wood all the way out. We could set it to like a lower power that will just follow and burn those lines on. So make sure the bottom one is also hairline, and make sure it's pure blue. There we go. So these will get vectored, this will get vectored, this will be rastered. Rastering does take a long time. It takes a lot longer anyway. And the red means to cut out, so it's vectoring, but it's full power vectoring. Blue is vectoring, but partial power, so not full power. And then that's it. Of course, you'd want to organize this a little bit for whoever's cutting this so that we're saving space and we can just cut them together like that. And that's how you do vectoring and rastering, burning or engraving, which we call it engraving. And one's vectoring, where the lines get followed. The other one's rastering, which go back and forth. Which one do you want? Well, if it's thick like this letter and this name right here, you're going to have to do rastering. Okay? If you have tiny lines that you want it to follow, by the way, I did notice I messed that up. If you have tiny little lines that you want to follow, uh, you can do vectoring, and they're both engraving, okay? Now remember, if it's red in hairline, it's vectoring, but it's going to cut it. It's going to be full power. So hopefully you learned something on these and you can learn how to use these properly. Um, to be honest with you, this is going to look pretty nice when it's all said and done. Of course, I'd probably want it centered a little bit. I noticed that this is close to my name, but it's not over here. But that's because the S is bigger, I guess. So it's one of those things you want to work with 5-6 minutes and make it look nice before you send it to get cut. So go ahead and do one yourself. You can do your family or whoever you want. You can put any name you want there. And then you can submit the screenshot. Make sure you're zoomed in when you take your screenshot. Okay?